How to prepare for NEET PG 2026? See, if I'll be real with you guys now, at this time I should have been making a video for NEET PG 2027 instead of 2026. As those who have been aiming for NEET 2026 are already in their revision phase, and I am not joking. If you think UG start their PG preparation in their internship period, or they plan to take a drop after internship for NEET PG, then you need to keep yourself updated. Aspirants that you are going to compete with in 2026 have already started giving grand tests since 2023, if not 2022. Yes, I agree, I might not be telling for the most of them, but you better know, those who are going to get top 5000 rank, around 70% of them have been doing this. So if you're not among them, you should understand that it's not going to be easy. Wait. I'm not trying to scare you off this competition, but I want to give you the insight that no one talks about. When I decided to prepare for NEET PG, even I was in this delusion that a little bit period of honest hard work and magic will happen. And I learned it the hard way that it doesn't work like that. And that is the reason why I wanted to tell you this in the beginning of this video, so you don't waste time dreaming. Hi everyone, myself Dr. Tavish Pandit. Let's start this video. This video is especially for those who are busy working or are in their internship phase right now. And accordingly, I have tried to give you the best approach that I feel should work for you. Apart from this, nothing more is required and nothing less should be done. So please pay attention and listen to everything carefully. Starting with the revision source. So the first thing you will be needing is a brief revision source. There are several revision notes in the market right now, like BTR, DVT, or a little elaborated form, marrow revision videos and prep rapid revision or LRR. All of them are very good. Choose as per your liking. Just make sure that for all the 19 subjects, you get the notes from the same source. I used BTR in my preparation like most of the other students. Well, we can talk about BTR in some other video in detail. But the thing I want to tell you is, and you should understand, is the main aim of any brief revision source is never to help you master any subject, but to give you a selected piece of content from all the 19 subjects that you can read within few hours or fewer days, so that on the final day or final phase of your preparation, you don't feel FOMO ki I missed some subjects, and quickly you can revise all the 19 subjects. So now that you know your brief revision source is not going to be enough, you need to incorporate the revision source with more facts. And those facts you'll only get to know once you start giving the grand tests. Which brings us to second important rule. Start giving grand tests on a weekly basis, starting from the first week of preparation itself. No excuses. I repeat, no excuses. You have to take your grand tests very seriously. Grand test is a cheat code to know the important topics and important questions, and then only you can acknowledge what are the facts that you are forgetting and what part or what topics is difficult for you to understand. Plus, when you are giving grand tests, you are actively recalling the facts, meaning your brain works in a gamma wave, right? And to some extent, the same kind of emotional adrenaline rush and everything will be happening at the time of examination. So only that kind of attention can make you feel the need to know all the subjects and all the topics that have been asked in the grand tests. So for one grand test, you have to spend at least 2 days. The first 25% of the time will be spent in giving the grand test, and the next 75% of the time you have to spend on analyzing and reviewing the answers, understanding the explanations and evaluating your mistakes. Plus, while reviewing the important topics or important facts, you can take screenshots of those facts. I know you can bookmark as well, but somehow I don't know, we never end up checking all the bookmarks, right? So it's better you take screenshots of those facts, and better if you can arrange those screenshots into folders for each subject, so that in subsequent grand tests you can add screenshots according to the subjects. and later you can recall them or review from those screenshots only. Or even better, if you can incorporate those facts into your revision source. For grant tests, I will suggest Marrow. Marrow is no doubt the gold standard for grant tests and Q banks. I agree, their difficulty level of grant test is on the higher side usually than the actual examination, but it does prepare you well with its explanation. So basic revision source and grant tests, and that's how you bulk your primary revision source and yet keep it brief. Now let's talk about the third task you have to do, and that is creating your own gajjini copy. Well, I mentioned about it in my previous video for the first time. I'll explain it again. It is a small notebook of yours in which you will be writing down the facts that you keep forgetting or find hard to remember. And you will create this notebook only after your third GT, because then only you'll realize what topics are you forgetting in the subsequent GT. So from the grant test, first you will take the screenshots and all the data and content, the important content from the grant test, you will review it, and next time when you will again forget from those facts, you will write down in the gajjini copy. That's why it's called gajjini. Okay, whatever, call it 20th notebook. And also, once you are writing down those facts in your notebook, also make a mnemonic along with it, along those facts, so that if you're writing down in that notebook, you need to acknowledge that I'm not able to recall these facts. So only mnemonics are going to help. So use mnemonics from the very beginning itself. So now there are three things to revise for you. One will be your basic revision source. Second will be the grant test content and the screenshots of them. And the third will be the gajjini copy, the juiced up version of the grant test content that you keep forgetting. And that's it. No more content to address. See, there is no replacement to main videos, I agree. If you got a chance to revise them last year or maybe before that, great, it's good for you. Because it's a slow way of learning, and the facts, the logics or the concepts you learn slowly tend to last longer, right? So there is no replacement to main videos, and there is no end to learn the content. You can spend days studying just one topic. It's never going to end. And that's why FOMO is natural. You might feel the content that you are reading is very brief and you might not feel confident about subjects or your preparation, but you have to trust it. Okay, you have to trust the basic revision source and you have to trust grant tests. And considering your position right now, you don't have any other option. And FMG pass outs. If you have cleared FMG recently, start preparing right now before you start forgetting whatever you have learned. So now all of you are not at home sitting idle. So all of you might be having different time constraints. So I will suggest you create your own schedule. But still, let's tentatively visualize a provisional schedule for you. First of all, let's take 1 week at a time approach. In 1 week, give 4 days to study a particular subject. Take a challenge that you will complete that subject in those 4 days only. The 5th day that you get, spend that time in revising whatever you have read or prepare for the GT that you are going to give next day. And subsequently, when you will create your gajjini copy and you will collect a certain amount of screenshots, you can revise them on this 5th day itself. And next, the 6th and 7th day, spend that time with the grant test. See, this pattern is very doable, very easy, even if you are in your internship or you are working. Because you are not reading main notes or you are not taking any big resources to study from. You are just taking a brief revision source, for example, BTR. So it's very doable, even if you are able to give just 3 hours. Now, if you will follow this pattern on weekly basis, after 20 weeks or roughly 5 months, you would be done with your first revision of all the 19 subjects along with 15 to 20 grant tests, and you would have mastered your gajjini copy and screenshots. Trust me, it sounds easy, but you can achieve it only if you will stick to your schedule. And if you are done with 15 to 20 grand tests and you have read all the 19 subjects once, arey yaar, nothing is going to stop you. Such mein. Now, few possible improvisations that if you can manage will be best thing to do. When you will start your first reading from the brief revision source, don't try to memorize the facts. It won't be easy. You won't be able to memorize them simply by reading them. Don't waste time. Don't spend too much time over one page of your brief revision source. The main goal for you in the first reading will be to get yourself oriented with those notes, like which topic is mentioned at which page number or what did it meant that is written over there. Because see, in the brief revision source content, the things are not very well structured, so it will be scattered content and scattered facts will be over there, so you will be needing orientation for it. And just for the first revision, spend time in orientation only. And if you will do that, it is possible that within 10 weeks you can complete the first reading. Yes, it's possible. Not 20, but in 10 weeks you can do that. If not 10 weeks, try to complete the first reading as soon as possible, because sooner you will complete the first reading, sooner you can start the subsequent revisions. And more the number of revision, more are the chances you will be able to recall the facts on the exam day. About grand tests. Grand tests are not needed to be given from one source only, because there will be a time your grand test might get over, or you might be like about marrow, you can get tired of the difficulty level, like it's brain draining, man. Some days, yeah, there are days like that, and it's completely natural. So give grand tests from different sources as well. I will suggest pre-PG. Every week you will get free grand test. Don't use big registers for gajjini copy, rather use smaller notebooks so that they are handy to you and you can carry them anywhere wherever you are going. You can go to your job and you can walk with them and you can read it like very easily, so it doesn't give you much burden. Plus, if you have 2 to 3 gajjini copies, you can kind of assort them, like these facts, like now I'm able to remember the facts, so the first copy is not that much important, but the latest copy, there are facts that I still am not able to recall, so you can kind of sort them out. So use different small gajjini copies. And that's all from my side. I'm 100% sure with time you will improvise with your own strategy, but for the beginning, take my advice and start with this as soon as possible. There are few things that I know that you might encounter, so it's better you already understand that it's natural thing to have. In the initial days, you might find it hard to sit for even 2 hours or 1 hour, but deep down you should know that you have to. There is no other chance. I've already told you the competitiveness in today's time. It's literally cutthroat competition, man. Like literally, man, it's very competitive. Well, along with your job and internship, you might feel it's an unnecessary burden over your head. Yeah, it's burden for sure, but it's not unnecessary. You might feel you are sacrificing your fun while you have started earning. Yeah, can be. So better you find a circle who are equally motivated as you are, so that you can study together and grow together and improve together. And that is fun. You might find it hard to manage time for yourself, but you have to prioritize yourself and ignore all those household chores and get a house help or stay with your parents so that you get the most of time for yourself. You might suffer with your concentration span, so it's better to keep a healthy amount of stress which will push you to achieve your weekly goals. And with time you will see change coming in you naturally. See, I could have elaborated this strategy even further in depth, but that would have made this video just longer. And I know all of you are smart people and all you needed was just a little idea of how to start about it. Still, if there are any doubts, I'll be more than happy to answer them all. For that, the comment section is open. Thank you guys for listening so patiently. I'll keep sharing my learnings in the subsequent videos, and I hope they help you grow in your best self. Till then, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to become a part of this community, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and there's a link of my Instagram account, Instagram chat. We can communicate there as well. And share it with your friends. Maybe you will become study partners together. And as always, keep working hard on yourself, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.